Hey guys, it's been a while. Welcome back to Musings Maverick channel. I'm your host Maverick, and today we are back with Carole and Tuesday episode 15. So last week we had a little bit of a hiatus, this time courtesy of the anime production team itself, because they wanted some time to sort things out. But in the meantime, some good news has dropped, and that is the vocal collection volume 1 has been released. So this includes all the songs with the first half of Carole and Tuesday, which of course includes everything within the Mars Brightest and whatnot. So if there's any of those songs that you would like to hear, like for instance the fan favorite Mermaid Sisters, you can go check that out and listen to your heart's content. It's not only a physical single, but it's also entirely up on Spotify as well. So if you guys have Spotify subscription or whatnot, you can go check that out immediately. Not quite sure if it's region locked or anything. For me, I don't have that kind of problem, but anyways, go check it out, right? I'll leave a link in the description below as well. So back to the story. What did happen 2 weeks ago? So actually a lot, right? Carole and Tuesday got a producer. They recorded their first single, with some help from friends. And also, what else happened? Carole met her father, actually met her father, and they recognized each other, and we got that little part sorted out, with a tearful goodbye. Tuesday's mom apparently is up to some shenanigans, trying to rile the crowd and really get back into the lead within her candidacy for the upcoming elections. And what else? Angela has a problem with a stalker, I believe, actually she has some problems with Tao and his entire philosophy of man versus machine, right? And yeah, just a lot of stuff happening around. I think that this episode, they might concentrate a little bit more on figuring out how exactly to earn some money, right? Because even though they've got this first recorded song, which I've no doubt they'll probably will probably do pretty well, they don't really have like a physical copy. Like, I don't even know what they're using in the future in terms of artist revenue. Like, do they still have physical copies that you can buy, or is it more like downloadable songs, or does everybody use streaming already? So they got to figure out where exactly get the funds so that they can continue to make music, since I'm assuming that not every single recording is gonna be done for free. Like, this first time is a one-time exception. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. Alrighty, I skipped the beginning as usual and the opening, so let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh yeah, Toby. Have they? Well, people on the streets are certainly listening to them. Who are these two? Is that like a cover or something? Alright. God Only Knows. I know that song. It's by the Beach Boys. And quite an old song as well. It's actually supposedly a quite popular song, but to be honest, the only reason I know about it is because of the popular anime song God Knows. And God Only Knows comes up when you search for God Knows. Yeah? Especially for you, Tuesday. You seem super frail.
行くとこで。
走ってるから後で。
待って、ビッグニュースがあるんだって。
あ、おい、
すんごい人から招待されたんすよ。
言うな、俺が言う。その人はな、
I bet they don't know.
伝説と称され、あらゆるアーティストにリスペクトされ、まさにミュージシャンと言われる、めったに人前に姿を
You're seriously out of shape, Gus.
デズモンド。
ちょっとガスも運動した方がいいんじゃない？
I agree.
てかもだし。
Like when he was young, he was such a
俺の話聞いてたか。
hunk.
見て驚け。これはモノホン中のモノホン。デズモンドさんからの招待状だ。
デズモンド。
はい、20論。
Alright. So who is he?
聞いてください。ジェリーは彼の戦略に従え。別の母さんも。母さん、お疲れ。もう少し休ませてあげなさい。臆病でいることは大事なことだ。AI にそれはできないからね。こんな昔の言葉がある。ワインは栓を開けたら飲み干さねばなら。
Well, true.
戦争でも仕掛ける気ですか？まさか決断する。
Overnight wine is quite nasty.
もう少し休む。母さん、スペンサー。ネズミのようにこそこそと私に進言するのはやめてちょ。見苦しいわ。
今日は地球がよく見えるよ。
うん。
あれが地球なんだ。
Like I said before, I wonder if they're all gonna go Macross at the end or some shit, and basically use singing to stop, like, conflict.
なんか懐かしいような。懐かしい？小さい頃、偶然屋根裏部屋で古いレコードを見つけた。レコード？
Ooh.
デズモンドさんのだったと。
Oh, so you do know of this one.
あれ、お父さんのレコードだったのかな？お父さんって今どうしてるの？わかんない。地球で暮らしてるって聞いた。
Oh.
本当か？のさ、地球に願い事すると叶うんだって。お、何願う？私の願いは今のままでいたい。今って今の今？そう、今がずっと続けてな。安アパートの貧乏生活？そう、キャロルは？私は一番になる。一番？火星で一番になる。夢は大きく地球でライブツアーってどう？絶対行こう。
I wonder if they do have these kinds of tours for very big artists.
第1回大統領候補討論会が行わ
You
れ
know,
ている。
between Earth
現在
and Mars.
ハミルトン候補を支持する人々が集結しておりますが、一方でシモンズ候補を支持する人々はマルス像周辺に集結しているようです。
Okay, here's the reporter dude.
デズモンドさんに会うには作法がいるんだ。お前ら絶対に粗相しちゃなんねえぞ。
まず彼の前を歩いてはいけない。
彼の影を踏んではいけない。
What?
決して握手を求めてはいけない。
太陽の光を浴びたら死ぬ。
Who is this dude?
都市伝説っぽいんだけど、本当に実在するの？
Whoa. Talk about extravagant.
招待状をかざしてください。キャロル様、チューズデイ様、ロディ様、
No Gus?
ガス様、
Maybe
お越しくださいました。お待ちになっておられます。
it's because he looks too different from his younger years. So who is he then? Like some kind of old artist? Old producer? Is this him singing? Yes. I think I should probably mute the song real quick. Wow. Hmm. Okay, this does not. A little bit creeped out by this dude. Oh, and hey, it's the same piano as in the first episode.
こいつらの曲気に入ってもらえたりとか。バカみたいに飾り気のない正直さ、誠実さ。それがとっても素敵。僕に何か聞きたいことは？
いろんな伝説ってことですか？例えば太陽の光を浴びて
You have no tact, girl.
そういうのはほとんどがデタラメ。でも、妖精具有なのは、火星に降り注ぐホルモンに影響して徐々に体が変わっていくの。
Really?
もともと男だけど、だんだん女にもなっていく。気持ちは変化しないと思ったけど、今は両方いる。
Okay.
知ってる？初期の胎児には性別がないの。だから今は本来の姿になって。
Well, as long as you yourself are okay with it.
そう、探してた半身を見つけた。
今までここにはどんな人が来たんですか？
来た人たちがサインしてくれた場所があるの。後で案内するわ。あなたたちのサインもしてもらわない。
Such exclusive.
一緒に写真撮っても。
もちろん。
私が撮りましょう。はい。ミュージック。
Well, that is certainly quite convenient.
ずっと植物の中で暮らしているんですか？
そう。この中で目覚める。この中で眠りにつく。あなたたちは音を聞き分けるの。生き物には体の栄養だけじゃなくて、心の栄養が必要だし。
So what's with your body? Are you like
美しい表現よ。それが心にとって。
encountering entropy or something?
それがなかった
Muscle entropy?
ら心がどんどんすさんでいく。
Or are you just old?
音楽はひときわ大事な心の栄養素なのに、最近の音楽ときたら毒にしかならないようなもの。
Oh. Calling them out.
アダム、よろしくね。
こちらこそバレリー。
So I guess this is the debate where Valerie is going to take her stance of being anti-Earth.
なぜ人は歌うんだろう。
I guess all very big shots, very famous singers.
聞いてもらいたいな。本当はおかしなこと
Really?
そして僕は世間との関わりを断ち、この場所にこもって植物と AI だけと暮らしてきた。でも彼を思う歌を聴いた仲間が次々と集まってくれて、歌うことを続けてこられた。すべての人に伝えようなんて思わなくていい。本当に思いを伝えたい人は一人でいい。届かなくても構わない。
Okay.
もしその思いが本物なら、必ずたくさんの人が共感して。
That's nice.
難民で溢れ返っています。ハミルトン、あなたはこの難民たちを受け入れる法案を受諾しました。見返りが何なのか知りませんが、この法案は火星の雇用も治安も脅かす悪魔の法案です。
お言葉を返すようですが、難民受け入れを拒否するのは人道にもとる行為です。また、労働市場の活性化にも寄与し、経済的発展にも大いに資すると考えております。
Certainly very topical.
見届けなくていいんですか？お母さんの大舞台だ。失礼。俺はカイル、フリーのジャーナリストです。
結構だ。
妹さんもご活躍で。
何を探って。
指紋付けの光と影。冗談ですよ。選挙を追っただけだ。
だったらこれを追っても無駄。
選挙やジェリー・イーガンの素性についてご存知の。
あなたと討論するつもりはない。妹には近づくな。
Well, he has every right to be a little bit pissed off.
他の AI より人間っぽい感じしますよ。長くお使いしていると徐々にデズモンド様のお気持ちが分かってきたように感じ。少々出過ぎたことを申し上げました。
しかし俺も見たかったな、サイン。
ああ、戻ってきましたよ。お薬の時間です。
Okay, so he is kind of.
いけません。
飲まれた方が。
大丈夫。気分はいい。僕はもうすぐこの体が。
Okay, so he's dying of some sort of illness.
あるけど楽しみでもあるの。
楽しみ。
人は変わっていくし、命は永遠じゃない。この出会いは、この一瞬は小さな輪。それがつながり続けて、長いチェーンのようにどこまでも連なって、永遠ってきっとそういうものだと。
Wow.
もうすぐ僕にはできなくなる。あなたたちにそれをつないでほしい。僕は愛してる。この世界を。
So is he gonna make a song for them? What? Where's the background music coming from? And Desmond's gone, just like that. Wow. And that was it? That's why he called him there? Seriously? Wow. Hmm. Interesting. Okay, so where do we start for this episode? I'm honestly kind of at a loss of where to begin, right? Because this episode was all sorts of weird, to put it bluntly. So first of all, I guess we can address the elephant in the room, and that is how it has a lot of, political undertones to it. I mean, they do literally have like a presidential debate and all. It is part of the story, but I'm just saying that it's definitely very topical. For instance, the entire, Earth versus Mars thing with the refugees, you definitely draw parallels to the current Western world of U.S. Of North America, of Europe, certain factions within Europe, and of course, mostly nowadays the spotlight is on the U.S. and how it's treating refugees and whatnot. But yeah, so there's that entire parallel between these two kinds of things, and then of course we also have the LGBT undertones, especially in regards to Desmond for this episode, right? Then again, this series has always been pretty LGBT, etc., friendly, starting from the very beginning, right? We see a lot of these kinds of characters here, but this one is the first time where it's really brought out to the forefront as one of the main topics for the anime in particular. And, well, to be honest, I don't really care. If I'm just here for the music, I don't really have that much of a political opinion. Well, maybe not political opinion, but I'm definitely not politically active. I've always been of the opinion that whatever someone else wants to do is none of my business. People can live lives however they want, and I have no intention of obstructing how they want to live their lives. So that is that. But like I said, since this is a music anime, I want to mostly concentrate on the music aspects of it. And that, however, is where, I feel like I do want to kind of go on about this episode in particular, because to be honest, I didn't really like the music for this episode. I get what it was trying to say, but I feel like overall this series is way too avant-garde with its music, right? It's way too indie inspired. It's definitely going against the flow of a lot of music that we currently know, right? And of course, some might say, it's good that this musical anime is diverging from, pop music of nowadays and whatnot. Pop not just in pop, but also like all the current genres that we have, like rock or folk or country or electronic or one yada yada yada. It's trying to build its own tone, right? And of course, you can also say, within the context, it's also maybe justified as well. It is, after all, on a different planet. It's in a different period of time, and it's written by AI, right? So, sure. But at the same time, however far you want to take it, it still needs to be appealing to people, right? And to me, the songs of Desmond for this episode wasn't really all that appealing. Like, I could definitely see what it was trying to do, especially like there's one scene that was particularly heavy-handed. I felt where Desmond was singing, and then it contrasted back and forth between him singing and Valerie's presidential debate speech, right? And then you can see the two themes that were in clash over there, where Desmond's song and what he was singing about was more of understanding, of accepting, of compassion and love, and so on and so forth. And Valerie's speech was more in terms of hatred, in terms of separation, in terms of division. So we get these two kinds of contrast, right? And you can definitely see what the anime was trying to portray or invoke in juxtaposing these two at the same time. However, in order for this to actually work, it actually has to sort of invoke an emotional response from us, right? And to be honest, I really didn't feel anything during that scene as well. And also in the later scene where he was literally dying and passing the torch on, if we can call it, to Carole and Tuesday, right? So, not really sure whether it's within the delivery of the lines, whether it's within the song itself, the background music, or maybe the entire atmosphere, but it just failed to incite an response from me. Like, I've literally seen scenes from other animes that are not music oriented that have way more emotional impact than that. That's trying to deliver some of the same concepts. And so for a music anime to actually fail here, that's not really excusable, right? Of course, this is my personal opinion, but I really can honestly say I didn't feel anything during those scenes, right? And I'm right. So anyways, I just felt like the music or whatnot just doesn't resonate with me, and that is something very important with this kind of thing. It needs to resonate with you to invoke an emotional response, and so you can really get yourself into the same sort of atmosphere that the anime is trying to create, right? And that, I feel like, it failed to achieve here. Like, if some of you guys did enjoy that scene, those scenes, right, the juxtaposition, sorry, between Desmond and between Valerie, as well as later on his entire, we're all a chain, we're all a link, the link of music, and the art of passing on your feelings through songs, and how this sort of transcends each generation of artists and whatnot. If you did find that scene to be emotionally provoking or something, then okay, that's great. Let me know as well if that really did touch you. But to me, I just didn't really like how they handled this. But anyways, so that was that. I guess not really much else to talk about for this episode. I've already mentioned this before, but I guess I'll mention it again, and that is, it seems like this series is building up to a final climax where there's going to be a confrontation between Earth and Mars somehow. Maybe there's actually going to be escalation towards an armed conflict, or maybe it's just going to be something like riots or something, or an angry mob, and I'm assuming that at the very end, it's going to be Carole and Tuesday. They're singing their song that sort of diffuses the situation, right? So again, sort of like a Macross situation, although maybe more serious instead of more, over the top, if you will. And I'm actually fairly confident that this is what the series is going to go for at the very end, especially considering there would be no reason to put such emphasis on the on the political aspects for it if otherwise. So there we go. And I guess one thing to maybe make a note of is how this month became like this in the first place, right? He mentioned the radiation on Mars. So is that still something significant that we need to take heed of? Maybe, maybe not. But I guess it's good to keep in the back of our minds. So, anyways, that's my review for this episode. Yet again, if you guys haven't checked out the Vocal Collection Volume 1, go check it out. I will be linking the link to the Spotify down below. You guys can go purchase the actual album if you want to support this series, or just listen to the music. Or not, right? I'm not your boss. You can do what you want. So, anyways, that's been Carole Tuesday episode 15, and I will see you guys next week. Until then, bye-bye.